So my name's Carlos. I work at Universal Cycles, and today I'm going to show you how to shift gears on a bicycle. This bicycle here has 27 gears. You have 9 gears, which is in your right hand, that control the back 9 speeds. And then your front shifter, which is controlled by your left hand, controls your front 3 gears. So 3 times 9 is 27. Your primary gears that you use most of the time is your right hand, so your rear 9 gears. Some bikes could be less. Some bikes could be 6, 7, 8, or 9, or up to 10. Now, in the mountain bike world, some are 10 now. Most shifters will have 2 triggers. This one here has an inner trigger and then an outer trigger. This one could be shifted with your thumb, and your index finger you could shift the other one with. But this one you could also use your thumb to shift both, because you can go with the index finger or the thumb. In terms of what each shifter does is the one that you would normally use your index finger on, that shifts to a harder gear, typically to go faster, but it's also harder to pedal. The actual tension is higher. The one that you use your thumb, that shifts up to an easier gear or a climbing gear, when you're going uphill. The front shifters, you just have 3 gears. So in terms of how often you shift the front to the back, the ratio, you might only shift the front 2 to 3 times on the ride, versus the rear could be 50 to 75 times in the ride. It's really, most of your shifting's done with your right hand. Very little with your with your left hand. But your rear, you have 3 rings. The inner one, the inner trigger, that shifts you to an easier gear. Every time, if you were in the biggest ring in the front, every time you hit this once, it would go from the big ring to the middle ring, and then from the middle to the small. Each shift being an easier gear. This here, which is normally you would use your thumb, that shifts to a harder gear. And if you were in the small, one push takes it to the middle, another push takes it to the big ring. The bigger the ring in the front, the harder the gear. So I'm Carlos, and I work at Universal Cycles in Studio City, California, and I just showed you how to shift gears on a bicycle.